What is going on, guys? Seth here from Team Union Seth, back for our Week 9 battle against the Orlando Phrydons in my little league with my friends. So I'm going up against my good friend Sam, who does help me build in my other league, the ISL. And this is going to be a really tough matchup. I do have a good record against him from the past, but this is definitely going to be a tough matchup, and I'm a little bit nervous for this game. If you did not check out the team builder, you can check that out and see why I brought what I brought. But I have Hulk the Chestnut, Captain America, my Lander Asterian form, Thor the Jolteon, Incineroar, Black Panther, Thanos the Terrakion, and Loki the Sylvali Water. So it looks like he brought the Infernape, the Cofagrigus, the Celesteela, he's got the Alolan Persian, the Necrozma, and the Zygarde. So, I did expect a lot of this. I expected Infernape, Cofag I did see coming, Celesteela, Necrozma, and Zygarde. Persian I didn't really expect, and there's no Blastoise. So no Blastoise is actually kind of a good thing. That means Sylvali can focus strictly on the Infernape here. I think it's very possible that he leaves with Infernape. That thing could definitely be Scarfed, thinking that maybe my Terrakion's Scarfed, or just for general things on my team. His only electric immunity is the Zygarde, and I outspeed that thing with Jolteon and can HP Ice it. What's his hazard removal? Does the Alolan version get? I don't think it does. I don't think it really has hazard removal. Honestly, I kind of want to lead with the Chestnut and see what he wants to do from there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna lead with the Chestnut. There's the Cofag, so he could definitely Will-O-Wisp. He's probably going to expect a Leech Seed, so he could. I don't even know what he want to go in to answer that, but I think I'm just going to get a Spike Up, because it hits everything but Celesteela. Ooh, there's the Toxic Spikes. There's the Toxic Spikes. So I'm just going to Leech Seed now. Fire up that Leech Seed, so I know he has Toxic Spikes. So that's actually pretty interesting. That's a cool attack. I like that. So we're gonna see what happens here. There's the Leech Seed. He gets up another layer, so he's got 2 layers of Toxic Spikes up. I don't see why I can't just bulk up. You know, he's got Celesteela, he's got Necrozma. Those are really his only special threats. Well, no, I can't. I can't bulk up because I can't Drain Punch, obviously. Let's see. So my switch here, I don't really want anything getting toxic. Terrakion has some viability in this matchup, but not a ton. So I can definitely go on a Terrak and go for the Toxic. So I'm just gonna go. I am just gonna do that. I'm gonna go on a Terrak and go for the Toxic. I don't really mind it getting poisoned too much. I do have the Heal Bell on Jolteon, but that won't do a whole lot. So here comes the Infernape. Can I live a close combat from this thing with my Chople Berry? If I can, we're in really good shape. Let's just say he's Scarfed. So I do live the close combat. So I am just going to Earthquake. I'm thinking he's Scarfed because he wants to outspeed this thing. He might think I'm Scarfed. So either way, I can live anything he wants to go for. I'm assuming I live an Earthquake if he wants to have that too. I don't think he's gonna have that. Yeah, but yeah, even so, I do live an Earthquake, and I fire back an Earthquake and I kill him. So he's in a tough spot here. I am just gonna Earthquake. I'm not really gonna overthink it. If he wants to switch, he can switch. This is gonna do, I can do a little bit of chip to Cofag and do some chip to Necrozma. I don't know if he wants to lose this thing right off the bat, so he definitely could switch. But I'm definitely not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake and see what happens. I do think there's a very good chance this thing is Scarf. He knows Terrakion can be a threat to his team. I think that's a big reason why he has Cofag and Necrozma. Terrakion can do a lot of damage to his team, and those are really some of the only things that can stop it. So this thing could definitely be Scarfed in order for that. I'm not expecting him to think I'm Chople Berry. I'm thinking he may think I'm Scarfed, and I don't know if he wants to risk a Speed tie or getting some Scarf to outspeed something else, or what. He probably doesn't think I'm max speed Scarf even though I am, so he could be max speed Scarf, going for that. He could also just switch back into the Cofag, but even there I can just Toxic that if I want. start to get some chip on that. So that's not really an issue. He's taking his time making this move. See what he wants to go for. He switches out and goes into Celesteela, so not a huge surprise there. I am just going to double, let's see. I'm just going to go into my Loki, and I'm going to defog. I'm just going to go into Loki, defog, get these Toxic Spikes off of my field, as he is probably going to switch out. I'm just going to defog. I know he has Leech Seed. So he could definitely think I'm Scarfed because I switched out right off of the Celesteela. There's the defog. Protect blocks defog. Interesting. I did not know that, actually. We can defog again. I don't really mind this thing going down. I have checks for Infernape if necessary. I have Landorus with the Intimidate. You know, I can eat fire moves or even a fighting move with Terrakion, fighting moves with Chestnut. I'm not too worried about the 8. It probably has HP Ice for the Landorus. It could even be Scarf for a Scarf Landorus, so that's definitely a thing that's possible. So we do know he also has Protect. We got Protect, Leech Seed. Wouldn't be surprised if he has the Toxic, especially because he has the Protect, and he's going to try to wear down my team. Even though he does have Toxic Spikes, Toxic is a possibility, even for the Landorus, or if I do defog him away like I'm trying to do now. Goes into the Necrozma, he takes some Spikes damage. I get the defog off, get rid of the Spikes, and let's see what he wants to do. I am losing a lot of health. I think I'm just going to Parting Shot, try to weaken this thing a little bit, and see what he wants to do. And get this thing, lower its attack and special attack. If he kills me, he kills me. It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge problem. In that case, I could just switch into Incineroar, or maybe even Landorus, and just go for a U-turn or a knockoff. Probably Incineroar, go for a knockoff, because that's going to hit a lot of things on his team, and I don't think he wants to lose an item on anything. And potentially knock off a Scarf from Infernape, knock off a Alola Persian's item, or you just get a lot of damage on this thing. So we're going to see what happens. There's the Photon Geyser, and he does knock me out, which is not a huge issue. That's fine, but I got rid of the Toxic Spike, which is good. I'm just going to double into my Black Panther and go for... See, I could knock off here, knock off somebody's item, but that could definitely lose me some momentum. So I'm actually just going to go for the U-turn, as I don't think he's going to want to stay in here. So the U-turn will give me some momentum, and I can get in a switch. There's that. Brings in the Infernape, and I'm going to bring in my Landorus. And I'm basically telling him I'm Scarf right now. Let's see if an HP Ice... Let's see if an HP Ice is going to kill me. I'm basically telling him I'm Scarf right here. But that's not a huge deal. Let's just say if he's naive. And give him HP Ice. Ice. He needs investment to kill me. He needs investment to kill me. I'm just going to fire off a U-turn. If he goes for HP Ice, he goes for HP Ice. If he's Scarfed, you know, I find out that he's Scarfed, and he's locked into HP Ice. He needs a good amount of investment to kill me. Otherwise, it's... I mean, it does 75 to 89 with no investment. Otherwise, it would be a roll if he has a lot of investment. He knows Earthquake kills him. I'm thinking he's going to just swap into Celesteela. So we're going to see. I'm going to write down that the Necrozma has Photon Geyser. Which, I mean, pretty obvious, but still. So I'm just going to go for the U-turn. I don't think he's going to want to stay in here. He didn't risk his Infernape earlier against the Terrakion. I don't think he's going to want to risk it now. He knows that it does really well against my team. There's the Alolan Persian. So I get a lot of damage off on that. Let's see if Jolteon kills from here. Let's see if Jolteon kills from this range. Jolteon and Persian. Well, let's just say PU Bolt to pivot. 47 to 55. We have a chance to kill. We do have a chance to kill. And he can't do a whole lot back to me, so I'm just going to go into my Jolteon, and we can Volt Switch. And then even if he wants to bring in the Zygarde, you know, we have a good chance to kill. We have a decent chance to kill. So, I'm in an interesting situation. I could Volt Switch, he could bring in Necrozma or Zygarde, or stay in and risk this thing, or I could Toxic. I think Toxic's actually my better play here. I think Toxic is the better play, because with the leftovers, Volt Switch doesn't kill. I'm going to write down these leftovers. Lefties. So, Volt Switch doesn't kill. So I'm just going to Toxic. So if he switches out and brings something in, I can Toxic that. He's not going to switch in Celesteela, so if he wants to switch out, he's going to bring in something that doesn't really want to be Toxic, whether it's Infernape, Kofag, Necrozma, whatever. He could switch into Zygarde. A Toxic would practically guarantee a kill on that thing with HP Ice. Unless he's got, unless he's got a decent amount, unless he's got a little bit of bulk. So, let's see what he wants to do here. I mean, losing Loki, losing my Silvally at the beginning wasn't great, but because he didn't bring Blastoise, it wasn't super crucial. And like I said, I'm not too worried about the Infernape right now. I do still have the Landers that can Intimidate. There's the Zygarde, so that's actually good. Toxic that thing, gets some damage off. Am I willing to lose this thing? I very much am. If for some reason I don't get the roll with HP Ice, we're just gonna fire off HP Ice. Because the Toxic could definitely take him out. The Toxic could definitely take him out. Or, yeah, the Toxic could take him out if the HP Ice doesn't kill him. He could be Scarfed. That's very scary. He could definitely be Scarfed, but Scarf Zygarde is kinda kinda risky. I don't think it's necessary, especially since I have the Chestnut. I don't think he'd want to Scarf himself into anything like that. So he might switch up. He might think I'm just going to double into the Chestnut to take the hit, but I am just going to go straight for the HP Ice. This is a little risky. If it doesn't kill, he's going to knock me out with 1,000 arrows. But if it does kill, that's amazing for me. So we're taking a little risk. There's the Kofag. So he's scouting for the HP Ice. He sees that I have it. I'm just going to Toxic again. Start spreading Toxic around his team. Now, I do have Heal Ball on this thing, so I'm pretty sure Terrakion's Toxic, and I think that's it. There's the Toxic Spikes. I'm going to Volt Switch and do a lot of damage to this thing. I'd rather one Toxic Spike than two. If he gets two up and I kill the Kofag, that's fine. I'm just going to go into you. I do get the Toxic. I am poisoned, but it's normal poison, not toxic poison. So those Toxic Spikes are going to be really annoying. So I am free to knock off here, and I think that's what I want to do. I could potentially knock off an item from Infernape, or I could U-turn. I think he probably thinks I'm going to U-turn, so I am just going to straight up knock off. And if I can kill this thing, that's just phenomenal. Get this thing out of the way, and then Terrakion can really start to have some fun, especially if I can get rid of that Necrozma. So I'm going to knock off. Whatever he wants to bring in isn't going to want to take it. If he does want to stay in, predicting my U-turn, this thing dies. So let's see what he's going to do. He could bring in the Infernape. I don't really see that happening, but he could. It's definitely an option. He could bring in the Infernape. This is going to be a close game either way. It's going to be a real close game either way, no matter what. I don't see me surviving with a lot of Mons. What's my win con here? I'm trying to think. Alright, so we get rid of the Kofag with the knockoff. So that's good. That's good. That opens up the door for Terrakion to come in and start punching holes. There's the Infernape. I am just going to double into my Landorus. He could HP Ice. He could definitely HP Ice. There's the Stealth Rock, who's getting a lot of hazards up. And he reveals Leftovers. So we do see Leftovers. Did we see that before? We might have. We might have seen that before, and I just completely missed it. I feel kind of stupid. I think we saw that before. But I can just go for the Earthquake. I honestly think he's going to predict me the U-turn. I do think he's going to predict me the U-turn, but I just have to go for it. There's the Persian again, and he takes a bunch of damage from that. So I am just going to... Let's see, I can go into Thor and let that thing get toxic and take a little bit of damage, Volt Switch out, and potentially kill it. Does HP Ice kill from here? Does HP Ice kill from here? Let's just say it's bulky. HP Ice does kill. So I'm actually going to do that. Because nothing wants to take a Volt Switch. It really doesn't. Nothing really wants to take a Volt Switch. We do kill. It's max HP. So, and it does 27 to 32, so we still have some wiggle room. So I'm just going to HP Ice. Infernape has Stealth Rock. I'm just going to HP Ice. It does kill this thing if he's not like super especially defensive. It can snipe Zygarde if it wants to come in, and then it will take that extra 6 from... Okay, so there's the HP Ice. We kill the Alolan Persian, and he's free to bring in Zygarde. It's very free to bring in Zygarde here. Which is, there it is. He's toxic, which is good. I am just going to go into my... Well, okay. I can go into my dedicated Zygarde check, which is my Chestnut. I could switch into that. Let's think this one through. I could switch into that. If he goes for Thousand Arrows, I take that hit. If he goes for Dragon Dance, I eat it up, and I can get some health back with the Drain Punch. Let's see. Let's see Chestnut versus Zygarde. He could definitely have the Z move. Did we see? No, we have not seen his item, which means he's not lefties. He could be Z move. He could be Life Orb. He could be Lumberry. He could be Yachi. So he could be a few different things. Drain Punch does 20 to 24 to the Zygarde, and that's, you know, if I get a bulk up, it's even better. Is this thing Scarf? Like, I'm so concerned that this thing is Scarf, especially because the Ape isn't Scarf. I could go into Captain America, my Landorus, and get the Intimidate off. I think that's the smartest move. I am going to do that. Get the Intimidate off, see what he wants to do. If he goes for 1,000 Arrows, he knows HP Ice kills. There's 1,000 Arrows. I really think he's Scarf. I really want to say that he's Scarf. And I'm just going to U-turn. He's probably going to go into Celesteela. I really think he's Scarf. Like, why would he stay in there? Unless he's really defensive, that he can live the HP Ice. Unless he's really defensive that he can live the HP Ice, I think he's Scarf. But if he's bulky, then he's not as much of a threat. Now, I could HP Ice here, but I don't think he's going to stay in. I really don't think he's going to stay in. I don't think he has a reason to stay in. I think he just goes into Celesteela. He can, you know, if I want to go for Earthquake, if he's thinking I have HP Ice, that's fine. I'm definitely feeling that I can get an explosion off later in this game. I can explode at some point. I know I outspeed everything. I'm prepped for this thing. I know I outspeed if it's Scarfed. How much are we doing? Hold on. Let's see this. Let's check. Because I outspeed a Scarf. I outspeed +1 this thing. Zygarde. That's what it's called. I outspeed the +1 Zygarde. So I know I outspeed a Scarf Zygarde. If he is. Explosion does a lot. No, but let's see. There's gravity is fine. Does it matter? Does it make a difference? No, it doesn't. 1,000 Arrows at 26. So he could be bulky. He could definitely be bulky. Yeah, he could definitely be bulky because it's saying here that 1,000 Arrows will normally from an adamant. Well, let's see if he's jolly. From an adamant Zygarde, it does 31 to 36. If he's jolly, it still does more than what he did. So I think he's definitely bulky. There's the Necrozma. We get that U-turn off. So it does a good amount of damage, and I can go straight into my Incineroar. I can go straight into Incineroar. How much is knockoff going to do? To Necrozma, let's just say are you Stealth Rock? Knockoff has a chance to kill. Is he lefties? We don't know. I don't think we know. Oh, he's lefties. Okay. So we've got that. I gotta pay more attention. So I could definitely, yeah, I'm just gonna go into Black Panther. I mean, if I knock off, he's still taking a lot of damage. This thing is only normal poison, it's not toxic poison. So I'm just gonna knock off. He might outspeed. Power Gem doesn't kill. Unless, yeah, Power Gem doesn't kill. Pretty much no matter what. Actually, knockoff. No, knockoff isn't gonna kill. If he's defensive, no way. Yeah, if he's defensive, knockoff isn't gonna kill. But it's still gonna do a lot. It's still gonna do a lot. And I can just come back in with Landorus and U-turn and either kill something or get some momentum again. So let's see what he wants to go for. I'm up 5 to 4, but he's got Toxic Spikes and Stealth Rocks up, and I lost my Defogger. So I'm a little concerned about that. It is not a fun time, but Chestnut's healthy. It's gonna be poisoned when it comes in, but it's healthy, so I know I can take that Air Slash. Let's actually calc that right now just to make sure. I can take something from Celesteela if necessary. Be defensive. I mean, he might not even have Air Slash. Okay, Air Slash does kill. What was I count? I think it was for Aerodactyl, maybe? I'm not sure. It does something. Anyway, but if he doesn't have Air Slash, which he probably will because he knows Chestnut's potential, but if he doesn't have Air Slash, I mean, we've already seen Leech Seed and Protect, so we've seen Leech Seed and Protect, so he probably has maybe like Heavy Slam, Air Slash. Yeah, he could have Toxic potentially, but he might not have that because he has the Toxic legs. Wow, he's really thinking about this one. If he switches out, I mean, I knock off an item. So if it's either a Scarf from Zygarde, if it's leftovers from, you know, maybe Celesteela. I don't think Celesteela had leftovers, I'm not sure. You know, leftovers from Infernape. Why does everything on this team have freaking leftovers? Jesus. So we'll see what's up, we'll see what's gonna happen. But I get to knock off an item here. At the very least, I get to knock off an item, and that's a fun time. So, at the very least, we can do that. And we're going to see what he wants to do. He's really taking his time here. So, I mean, knockoff, if he's offensive, completely offensive, it has a chance to kill. It has a very small chance to kill, but it still has a chance to kill. Actually, let's see what he is based off of that U-turn. I mean, U-turn did 32. He switches it into 8. Okay. So I knock off his leftovers. Now, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. So, I could EQ. I mean, he's probably just going to go for the fighting move and try to knock me out. That's his smartest move. He could U-turn. In that case, he'd probably go into either the Zygarde or back into the Necrozma. I think either way, knockoff is my best move because he either kills me or he U-turns. And I'm not really living rocks again. I mean, I'll live it, but Toxic's gonna take me out. So there's the CC. The close combat takes me out, that's fine. So, I want to weaken that Zygarde. The Zygarde is his biggest threat right now. Now, the more it's in, the more toxic damage it's gonna take. So what I'm thinking is I could bring in the Jolteon. You'll see this. I can bring in the Jolteon on the Infernape if he's -1 special defense. Volt Switch kills. Volt Switch does kill from here. Yeah, Volt Switch kills because he's -1 special defense. Now I could Volt Switch. He brings in the Zygarde. Now I really do think he's Scarf. I really think he's Scarf. I could bring in Landorus. I know it outspeeds. And go from there. And an EQ is almost harmless, but then, you know, if he brings in Celesteela, that could cause some problems. I don't want to do that. So I think Jolteon is my best play. I take the rocks damage, I can Volt Switch out, which will prevent me from taking the toxic damage. Okay, there's the Zygarde. There's the Zygarde. That's fine. It's gonna take more. It's gonna take more toxic damage. My switch could very well be Zygarde, or not Zygarde, Landorus again. Could very well be Landorus again. It could very well be Landorus again. But, because that gets the Intimidate off, can take 1,000 arrows, and I can fire back with something. He knows Landorus is a threat. Landorus' EQ can take out. I mean, how much are we doing in the Necrozma? It's got to be doing a good amount. Let's see. This dude. Earthquake does more than half. Explosion does a lot. Obviously. This is a tough one. I really think he's Scarfed. Honestly. And I think Chestnut might be my play. Because I want to keep the Landorus healthy. I'm going to go on a Chestnut. There's 1,000 arrows. We eat that up. I'm really thinking he's Scarfed here. His switch is either Celesteela or the Necrozma. So I have a couple different options. I can Spike, or I can Leech Seed. Those are my two options here. Or I could double. So if I get a Spike up, it does 12% to Infernape, Necrozma, and Zygarde every time they switch in, but it doesn't do anything to Celesteela. If I Leech Seed, if he wants to bring in the Celesteela, I'm getting some health back. I can also Drain Punch, but that's not really going to do much, I don't think. Or I could double back into Jolteon. Now Jolteon would take 12% and another 6% from Rock, so it's taking 18%. I think it's at what, 58? 51. So if that's the case, I don't have much left for Celesteela. Now I'm thinking he could very well switch into Celesteela here. Very well thinking that's an option. So I think I'm just gonna Leech Seed. Try to get as much health back from that thing as I can. There's the Infernape. Ooh. So I get the Leech Seed, get some recovery back, and I'm only at 88. So Landers is my switch-in. Landers is definitely my switch-in. If he has HP Ice, he got me. Will-O-Wisp. Ooh, now things are getting interesting. Will-O-Wisp. Ah, Sam. Ah, Sam. Okay. Earthquake definitely still takes this thing out. Maybe not definitely, but it probably still takes this thing out. So let's say I'm burned. Oh, now things are getting interesting. Earthquake still takes this thing out, but he's probably just going to switch into Celesteela. And Explosion's definitely going to do nothing to that thing. Yeah, Explosion does nothing. This thing, it's still a threat. It's still a threat because of, I mean, Explosion, let's see, Explosion and Necrozma still does half. It's not as much of a threat, but it's still a threat. He knows Earthquake still takes him out. So he's switching out to Celesteela. We do a little bit of chip. How much does Stone Edge from Terrakion doing to a defensive Celesteela? Let's see this one. Or close combat. Well, oh, that's the problem. Okay. I was gonna say, how does that make any sense? It did a lot less. Close combat is 39 to 46. That could potentially come in and sweep later. Especially if I weaken Necrozma more. So, Thor's gonna come in. Oh, Will-O-Wisp. That's rough. So, he knows I have HP Ice. He knows I've been going for Volt Switch. He's probably going to keep trying to wear this thing down. I'm going to HP Ice. No! Oh, the Protect. See, it's a 50-50 now. Or I Heal Bell. No, but then I still don't have anything to take this home. This is such a 50-50 because I have nothing left to take this thing on with. I mean, if it's last mon and I can get a Leech Seed off on it, if for some reason he doesn't have Air Slash, that would be optimal. And then I can maybe stall it out with, like, if I can get enough damage off with Terrakion or something. But Heal Bell doesn't do a whole lot for me. It just heals the burn on Landorus. And that doesn't help me that much. So I can Volt Switch. So if I Volt Switch and he goes into Zygarde, I'm stuck. Because this thing can't live another Stealth Rock switch in. If I HP Ice and he stays in, how much is HP Ice doing? But I need this thing. So does he stay in or does he switch? Does he stay in or does he switch? HP Ice does nothing, it does 13 to 16. Do I stay in or do I switch? I mean, does he stay in or does he switch? Jeez. Does he stay in here, predicting the HP Ice again? Or does he switch, predicting the Volt Switch? Let's weigh my options. So if I Volt Switch and he stays in, I do 57 to 69 with this thing. And then Terrakion, let's just say we do 60. Let's just, you know, low ball it. Let's say we do 60, and then we can kill it with a close combat. And even, well, let's see, this close combat into Stone Edge does a decent amount too, but it can also miss. You know, close combat into Stone Edge will also kill the Necrozma. So I stay into Volt Switch, we do a lot. He knows he can live, so it's so tough. He's switched into it every time. I'm gonna Volt Switch, because he knows he can live. Oh, there's the Zygarde. He got me. He got me good. He got me good. I know this thing's scarfed. I can save this as death fodder. I can definitely save this as death fodder. I can 100% save this as death fodder. But is it worth it? I'm gonna go to Landers. This is an outrage. He's locked in. This thing isn't worth keeping. 3 HP ice for the kill. Oh, it doesn't even kill. Lovely. Here's an outrage. So he's confused and he's down to 6%. Oh, if I had Swords Dance on my Terrakion. Ah! Now this match is over. Well, it's tough. Oh, this is rough. Can I live a Photon Geyser with Chestnut? I mean, not that it really matters, because Drain Punch isn't going to do anything back. No, it can't. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's game. Oh, he got me. He got me good. He got me good. If I had HP Ice, the Saigo would have been gone. I would have saw Landorus to explode. He got me good. Alright, well now what do I go into? So let's still think. I can still, Terrakion can still live a close combat from the Infernape. You're not living anything, you're not living Self-Rock. Do I want to take damage on this thing? Not really. I don't want to take damage on you either. It's 12%, and you're not 70. About another 6. Let's see. Let's see how much that does. I mean, we still live. It just brings in the Infernape. But he wouldn't bring in the Infernape, he'd bring in the Necrozma. Man, what do I even go into? What gives me, like, the slightest chance to win? What gives me, like, the slightest chance to win? Ah, man. Because even bulking up does nothing. If I had Swords Dance over Toxic, this would be a whole different game. Alright, I'm gonna go Terrakion. I hope he hurts himself. There's 1,000 arrows. Oh wow. That did not do much. Was he not Scarfed? Did I just see that? He was not Scarfed. Oh man! What was he? Was he Yachi? No, he wasn't Yachi because he saw the HP Ice. What was he? Like E-Belt? I don't even know. He could have been C. He definitely could have been C. I need like a Mega Ultra Crit with Stone Edge. Yeah, that does about right. No, he's extra defensive. There's that. Let's see, does he have the Air Slash? Does he have the Air Slash? There's a Protect. I should have bulked up. Now I'm just on tilt. Now I'm just on tilt. There's my Leech Seed. He doesn't know I have bulk up. He knows I have Spikes and Leech Seed. There's a Heavy Slam, so he doesn't have Air Slash. Getting some health back. I'm gonna double out to Thor. It doesn't do me any good anyway. Oh man! I feel like I could have played so much better in this game. He's just gonna protect. Oh, that's a heavy slam. I'm just gonna bulk up. I think he's gonna. Oh, that's a heavy slam. Alright, well. I needed a real setup sweeper. Ah, jeez. Yeah, no, I should have brought some more setup. Should have brought more hazard removal. I know he likes to set up hazards. There's a drain punch, does nothing. He's got the +1 boost. And he's still getting some recovery. But the toxic spikes, the toxic is gonna wear me down. And that's GG, where I type GG in the chat. Jeez. That's rough. That's rough. I mean, if I keep winning, I'll see him in the finals. Oh boy. What did he want to do with this thing? Does he want to get a kill? Or do he want to show something off? Sam likes to show. I just want to get a kill. Alright. That's weird because he wants to sell a steal in the MVP race, so. Good game. It was a really good game. Man. That had me on my toes the whole time. You're just... No, I should have played a lot better. I should have brought hazard removal, better hazard removal. I should have waited. Well, I should have gotten rid of Kofag. I should have gotten rid of Kofag earlier. And not let it get hazards off. Man. I don't know. He outplayed me. I feel like my prep could have been stronger. I was thinking about trying to build another team, but I just didn't have time. I felt like my prep could have been stronger. Definitely could have been stronger. But he got me. He outplayed me. There's nothing I can say. But that's it for this one, guys. Sorry I lost, but you learn more from your losses than from your wins. So I am definitely gonna look back on this. There's a lot I can take. I need to focus a little bit more and do some more things when I build, and just nail that down a little bit more and get better at that. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. It was an awesome battle, so I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, tell me what you would have done different, things like that. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.